Okay. Now our next question is a Turing machine to compute m minus n. Okay, we want to design a Turing machine that has to compute the subtraction of two numbers m minus n. Okay, two positive number m minus n. Okay, but it is very difficult to design a Turing machine that will compute m minus n when m is less than n. Okay, so we will do the design the Turing machine for proper subtraction, that is m my proper subtraction n means m minus n is equal to m minus n if m greater than n and 0 if m less than n. That is, if two numbers 5 minus 5 proper subtraction 2 is done, then the result will be 3, and if you do a 2 proper subtraction 5, then the result will be 5. Okay, understood? That is, if m greater than n, then the result will be m minus 1. If m is less than n, then the result will be 0. Okay, now in this Turing machine, the tab symbol will be represented as, suppose if you want to compute m minus m, then we will first we will write m zeros, then a 1 followed by n zeros. Okay, and at the end of computation we will get a total of m minus n zeros on the tab. Okay, and there, of course there will be some ones, and no need to bother about those ones. At the end, the number of zeros in the tab will be the final result of m minus n. Okay, if this is the condition, that is m is less than n, then the tab will be completely filled with the blank symbols. If m is less than n, the tab will be completely filled with the blank symbols. Okay, that is for 5 minus 2, the tab will be like this. There will be 5 zeros, 1 2 3 4 5, then a 1, then followed by 2 zeros. Okay, at the end of computation there will be 3 zeros, that 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. There will be 3 zeros on the tab. Okay, and 2 minus 5 will be represented as 0 0 a 1, then 5 zeros. And at the end of computation, since 2 minus 5, 2 is less than 5, at the end of computation tab will be completely filled up of blank symbols. Okay, now the computation is performed like this. In the case of 5 minus 2, let us see how the computation, what is the logic of the Turing machine. Okay, so what the Turing machine will do is that when you see a 0 in the initial stage, it will replace that 0 with a it will replace that 0 with a blank. Okay, then it will keep on moving towards right side until it see a 1. Okay, when it see a 1, what it will do is that it will replace the next 0, the 0 after the 1, with the 1 itself. Okay, that is, it will keep on moving towards right side. If you see a 1, it will replace the next 1 0 with the 1. Then the machine will come back towards left side until it see a blank symbol. Then again it will go to the initial state Q0 and replace the 0 with the blank. Okay, and it will continue towards the right side until it see a 0 after the 1. That is, if it see a 1, it will move towards right side. For the next one also, it will move towards right side, and if it see a 0, then it will replace that 0 with the 1. Okay, then the machine will come back towards the left side, and again if it see until it see the blank symbol, then it move to the right side and it will replace the 0 with the blank. The 0 also will be replaced with the blank. Okay, and the machine will go towards the right side. Now there is no 0. Okay, there is no 0, that is, number of zeros is less in this side because n is less than m. Okay, so now it see the blank symbol, then it will come. Now if you see our tab have 2 zeros. Okay, but our tab must have 3 zeros to make the result correct. 5 minus 2 is 3. So if it see a blank, the machine will come towards the left side until it see the blank, and it will replace the rightmost blank with a 0, and it will halt there. Okay, now our final result will be 0 0. Okay, 3 zeros will be there. See, maybe 1 2 3. 5 minus 2 is the result. Okay, now let us design the Turing machine. Initially, let us design the Turing machine for that. for this computation, that is for 5 minus 2. Later we will after this we will do descend to the machine for 2 minus 5 computation. Okay, so as usual we have to start with the initial state q0. So let me draw the machine here. Initial state is q0. Okay, so from the initial state initial state to q0. Okay, and from the initial state, if you see a 0, what you have to do is that you have to replace the 0 with a blank. Okay, so on the initial state, if you see a 0, replace 0 with a blank. Okay, and move towards right side. Okay, now on next state you keep on moving towards right side until you see a 1. Okay, so on q1 if you see a and if you see a 0, keep on moving towards right side, and if you see a 1, what you have to do is that keep the 1 there. Okay, and move towards right side. That is we reached here, then keep the 1 there and move towards right side, and next state is q2. Okay, so from q2 now we are here. Okay, actually here q2. Now we have to replace this 0 with a 1. Okay, so in state q2, what we will do is that if you see a 1, 0, replace that 0 with 1 and move towards left side. Okay, the 0 will be replaced as 1 and we move towards left side. Okay, until we see a blank. Okay, so in q3 we can add a self loop. On 0, keep the 0 there and move towards left side. Okay, and on 1, keep the 1 there and move towards left side. Okay, and next, so in q3 we will come up to here. Okay, so if you see a blank here, again you have to repeat the process. So from q3, for a blank symbol you go back to state q0. Okay, that is on q3. If you see a blank, keep the blank on the tab and move towards right side. Okay, so now we will reach q0 and we will replace this 0 with a blank. We will keep on moving towards right side, and in q2 we will reach here, and we have to move until we see a 0. Okay, so for q2 also, if you see a 1, keep the 1 there and move towards right side. Okay, and at last when you see a 0, replace the 0 with a 1. Okay, and come towards left side using this self loop, and we will reach here on q3. Okay, when your q3 blank is there, what you have to do is that you have to go to state q0 and move towards right side. Now okay, we are here, so we have to replace this 0 with a blank, and we will keep on moving towards right side, and in this stage we will reach q2 here. We will not find any 0, we cannot move here, we cannot use this transition, because what we saw is we saw a blank. Okay, when we saw a blank, what we have to do is that we have to move towards left side and replace the rightmost blank to 0, because we replace an additional 0 here with a blank. We have to replace that back to 0. So on q2, if you see a blank symbol, what you have to do is that keep the blank there and move towards left side. Okay, until you see a blank. Okay, so for 1 you keep the 1 there and move towards right side. For 0 also move towards right side. Okay, at this state will be q4. Okay, and from q4 if you see a blank, replace that blank with the 0 and go to the final state, and after that there will not be any move. Okay, so q5 will be the final state. select Q5 will be the final state, and that is here this blank will be replaced with 0 and we will go to the final state. Okay, so that is only the one portion of the machine. Now on the next portion we have to do the computation of 2 minus 5. Okay, so how do we'll do is that as usual we will start with the initial state Q0 and replace this 0 with the 0 will be replaced with a blank. Okay, then we will move towards right side and this one will be 0 will be replaced with a 1. We will move towards left side and replace the 0 with a blank. Then we will move towards right side and replace this 0 with a 1. When we come back to left side, there is no more zeros left. Okay, no more zeros left means no more zeros left means that n is greater than m. So now we have what we will do is that if you see a 1 here, what we will do is that we replace all the symbols with the blank. This one, all the symbols will be replaced as with the blank. Okay, so that kind of situation will be arrived in Q0. That is on Q0, if you see a 1, what you have to do is that you have to replace that 1 with a blank and move towards right side. Okay, and repeat this process for all ones you see and all zeros you see when you move towards right side. At last, if you see a blank symbol, what you have to do is that you keep the black and go to the final state. So this is the final machine that will compute M proper subtraction N. Okay.